Hi everyone, it's Janice, and today I'm here to show you another new journal I've just completed. It is a neutral one and it has got a touch of pink. The cover I've made is, I've just scrunched all the lace behind the lady and I have decorated her with some applique. That is a piece of doily. Down the side here I've put some Sari silk. The spine has been made with a snippet, and underneath that I've added a layer of lace. But the whole book has been covered in this ivory lace, and I just scrunch it all over, and then I've added that piece of doily and sewed that piece to the back of the journal. Also added another sari piece there. The closure is also sari silk, and I sewed double layers to that to make sure it's strong, because as you can see it is quite a thick book, one that I always make. I try not to, but I just enjoy adding lots of embellishments and laces or sari silks to every book I make. So this one is it has got a rose fabric to the back. I've sewn that. It's a soft cover, but it's actually got about 5 layers of fabric and wadding underneath everything there. This pocket I've made with scrunching some fabric and adding a little embellishment there with that lady. Some pockets here, and this one is also a different colour sari silk I've featured through the book. It sort of is a muted pink. This first page I've decorated with a doily behind that one with that lady, and then added a little snippet to the corner. And I've done that throughout the book, you'll see as we go through it. That is another piece of doily, and I've just added some beautiful lace to that to show it a little bit more. Some note cards, these ones I've sewn to coffee dyed paper, and these are those snippets with the different coloured sari silk. This one's an Edith Holden page, and I've just made a pocket and put some note paper in there. And that way you can see it opened up. This one's another lovely pocket. I like that. It's just some lace, and I've sewn a little bow to that one, and also made a bow into that tag. This one's a bit of writing paper. I try and make some ephemera that is not quite as thick, and there are lots of writing pages. A nice little snippet there made with a embellishment. These are one of those pockets I've explained before in the other journals. I got that idea from Girl on the Ridge, but I've put doily, a little bow, different lace of course, my interpretation. Every flower is a soul blossoming in nature. There are over 50 pieces of ephemera in the book, and I've made little snippets and sewn the button to that piece of doily. I don't want anything to come undone. This is one of my page climbers, and that was also from Girl on the Ridge. I saw her, the way she made them, and I just made mine my way. So I've added little note cards, tied a little bow there, put some embellishments, and put a little quote there. The world of reality has its limits, but the world of your imagination is boundless. And some note cards in there. This is the middle of the first signature, and this one I've put a little heart charm and some sort of a really unusual pink lace there to match the sari silk. So that one's a note card and another note card sewn to coffee dyed paper. That one and a rose. Another one of those pockets. Actually, that pocket I made out of shimmer paper. I used to use that paper to make roses when I used to make paper quilled cards. So now I'm trying to use up a lot of paper within the journal. So that's got a doily, and these are some note cards. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. If you've looked at a lot of my videos, you'll see that I like quotes. That one is a belly band, and I've made that out of the fabric of the inside of the book. Another piece of note paper and a little note card there. More writing paper. Another one of those pockets and some note cards. That digital was one of my first digitals I ever bought on Etsy, which is about 15 years ago. And I was going through my files and found it. The seller isn't even on Etsy anymore. And I thought, oh, I love that. I'm going to print some of those off in note cards. Just match this book. Little pocket made out of envelopes. That's another one of Girl on the Ridge as well. That's the other side of the Edith Holden page. Another pocket here with some note paper. Belly band, I made that out of some dyed music paper and just added a lovely little piece of rose lace there. That's a little scrappy notepad that I've just attached to that page. That's another one of those little page pieces with some lace and a button I've sewn on. And that's a belly band I've made with some nice embellishments on that one. And when I made that, I thought, oh, I'm going to add a couple of those little envelopes there. I just really like, I've made a whole batch of them, so I thought I'll embellish this book with them. Another pocket and some note cards. That one's got a piece of lace with some little roses. More writing paper. This one's a altered paper clip, so it has got a little note card in that. That's the other side of it. But this little note card is, everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. So I'll put that back later. Oh, this one's a pocket in here with a note card. And just some decoration the other side. Some writing paper. Another little pocket with envelopes. And more note cards. Flip out. This one's another page climber made with music paper and little envelopes and tiny little tags. And a altered note card. Middle of the second signature, and I've made these two pockets with doily and a bit of lace and a nice little bow, and these are the little scrappy booklets that I make with a little clip, and that way you can undo it and you can add more pages to it if you want to. And it's also got a little heart charm there with some little note cards. And that one's just a little bit different. It's a heart brad, that's the correct name for it. So that way you can undo it. Just fits in there, and some more little note cards here. And I actually made some little miniature ones of those envelopes to sit on that pocket. Just a little tuck spot there with some more note cards. Be still and listen, the earth is singing. This one's an envelope and I've just made a note card to fit in there. That's a book page from Wuthering Heights. And then underneath that I always put some little quotation. More paper. This one started off as an envelope, but I changed my mind and I put a little pocket here and then collaged all over it and just put some little note cards in there. And I put one of those little scrappy note cards to the back of it. More writing paper, another little batch of those envelope pockets with some note cards. I bought these really lovely little note scrapbook pads, and this is what I've made of them. I've just attached them to coffee paper and sewn them, and they've just made lovely soft note cards. I haven't finished making them, of course, but I made enough to fit into this book. And another pocket there with that lovely applique. That one's on the front, that applique with the lady, and a butterfly on that note card, on that tag. And that's another one of those ladies that was in my first digital kit. It wasn't a kit, it was just a digital page with 4 lady images on it. That's another button, little embellishment for that page. Oh, there's another one of those ladies. There was 4 of them. Maybe I'll put them all in this book. And some more of that beautiful rose lace. I've put on some very old doily, that one. And I've cut it up. This one's a little piece of note paper. And another envelope pocket with some note card, or one note card and a tag. This one's a little notebook, and I've made it out of artist paper. That's just some tea-dyed lace, and that is the actual lady on the front. So I made this to go into this book, and then it just opens up with all pages, flip down pages. But it is artist paper, so you could draw on it if you wanted to instead of writing your notes. I think that's one of Laurie Girl on the Ridge as well, but I know I've made a lot of those. They've been in a few of the journals I've made. So that's my latest journal. As you can see, as always, I do put a lot into the journal to make it quite thick. And thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.